Sounds like this is crazy.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's
Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be so loud.
next, I set a priority and a due date.
I can't see my people. Where y'all at? Well, like I can still see them without seeing them, you know,
Yeah,
like this. Yeah.
we want to go to participants. Okay.
But I want to
Change.
change the view.
Yeah, go up, straight up. Oh, over.
Mhm.
See where it says view.
View.
Yeah.
This. Oh, okay. Oh. It should be like here. So just go on split screen.
In the view there,
Oh.
go side by side or like that.
That doesn't change. Won't be able to like change the screen. Click this. It's gonna take them off. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Let's do it like this. Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to take up the whole screen. But normally when you like screen share, it should like you should still be able to control your screen. Unless I need to be okay. I think I know what it is. Maybe I need to be sharing this screen. Nah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that to make it easy. Sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do that last little thing. Just excuse me. Hey guys, 12:45. Can y'all get a little bit closer, please? I'm gonna go ahead and just start this one. Hopefully, as we get through our presentation, as we get through our hello, hello. As we get through our presentation, see ya. As we get through our presentation, the rest of y'all start showing up, but I'm going ahead and start up because I want to be respectful of my presenters' time. I promise you I don't bite. I promise you I don't. So today, hello. Hi. I'm literally about to just get started. Find a seat somewhere in this area, please. So today we have the right formula. I have three panelists today. Ms. Zantia Watkins, Mr. Parker, and Miss Lauren Page. They are three engineers in the field of engineering, a computer scientist, and two other engineers, and an engineering intern. So I'm looking forward to a nice conversation today. Hopefully we can have some lovely discussion and just a little bit of knowledge being shared with you guys, okay? I'll get started by saying my name. I'm Cedricia Stanton. I will be facilitating this panel today, and I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. Let's meet our panel. First and foremost, put that down. We have Ms. Zantia Watkins, a creative and resourceful electrical engineering professional with a strong background in technical design, project management, and logistics. She currently serves at, guys, y'all don't gotta do that right now. Her room closed. Yeah, yeah. With a strong background in technical design, project management, and logistics, she currently serves as a project engineer intern with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Where she manages technical project components from planning to final commissioning, ensuring compliance, accuracy, and alignment with client needs. Her experience extends beyond engineering into community engagement and instruction as an Army Corps Vista member at Alabama A&M University. She, I see you, coordinated over 30 community service initiatives impacting thousands of students. She also served as an adjunct instructor teaching freshman orientation and supporting student success. Early in her career, Zantia excelled in logistics as a dispatcher and operations supervisor, where she oversaw fleet management, automated processes, and enhanced customer service efficiency. Zantia currently holds a master's degree in community and regional planning with a concentration in transportation and a Bachelor of Sciences in electrical engineering technology from the Alabama A&M University. She is credentialed with several professional certifications, including NEC 2024, Six Sigma Green Belt, and electrical low voltage system distribution design. Recognized for her leadership and service, she earned honors such as AAMU Staff Employee of the Year and a Mayor of Huntsville proclamation for her Earth Day Transportation Initiative. Committed to innovation, safety, and community impact, Zantia continues to advance her engineering career while remaining deeply engaged in service and professional development. Miss Zantia Watkins, everybody. Ooh, that is a mouthful. I literally have to read all of that, get through two more of these. We also have Lauren Page. Go here. Lauren Page is a mechanical engineer from Stone Mountain, Georgia, with a passion for innovation, leadership, and continuous learning. She earned her bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Alabama A&M University, where she founded the university's first HBCU robotics team and initiative that strengthened campus STEM engagement and showcased her early drive for technical leadership. Lauren currently lives in Dallas, Texas, where she works as a mechanical engineer at RTX Raytheon, specializing in the development of advanced electro-optical IR beam directors, contributing to next-generation high-energy laser systems. Known for her strong teamwork, problem-solving skills, and ability to bridge design and manufacturing, she plays a key role in delivering complex optical and electrical mechanical systems. That is a mouthful. Complex optical and electromechanical systems. She is also pursuing her master's degree in engineering management, further expanding her technical expertise with strategic leadership and operational decision-making skills. Outside of engineering, Lauren loves to travel the world. She does love to travel the world, gaining inspiration from new places and cultures. She's also an avid animal lover and enjoys spending time around pets and wildlife. Last but not least, we have Mr. RBA Parker right here in the flesh, a seasoned senior solution architect with over 27 years of experience in software engineering, specializing in Bentley systems, project-wise, data optimization, and document management solutions. Oh, gosh. Throughout his distinguished career, Mr. Parker has served in multiple roles at Bentley Systems, including senior professional services consultant, learning content manager, and product specialist. His expertise spans system architect design, large scale implementation, training, and process optimization for clients across North America. He has led numerous successful deployments and upgrades of Project Rise for major organizations such as the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Lockheed Martin, and various departments of transportation, providing strategic oversight and technical leadership and deliverable management, workflow configuration, and system integration. Known for his innovative approach and client-centered focus, Mr. Parker has consistently enhanced operational efficiency and digital collaboration within engineering environments. A proud graduate of Alabama A&M University, Mr. Parker holds both a Bachelor of Sciences in Mathematics and Computer Science. And so what did you like dual major in that? Mathematics and computer science? Oh, that's good. That's me. And a Master's of Science in Computer Science. His career reflects a deep commitment to excellence in software solutions, professional training, and enterprise level technology transformation. Alrighty, that is our panel. I kind of want to just start off a little bit. Yes, I love the energy. I kind of want to just start off a little bit. I know I just sat here and read like y'all's entire biography, but can y'all in your own words, we'll start with you, Mr. Parker, in your own words, just tell me like a little bit about like what you do.
Sure. Okay, since I'm first, and I hope the panel can hear me. I'll make it pretty straight and plain. When you're stuck in traffic, it's usually my fault, right? So basically, we do software design. So if you've ever heard of like AutoCAD, things of that nature, we make MicroStation, direct competitor to Autodesk. So they're using our solution to design roads, bridges, buildings, you name it. And I go out and usually deploy software, teach, train, etc. And when they make those designs in those packages of AutoCAD or what have you, MicroStation, I also handle their document management. So they can find those documents and retrieve and work with them. Is that pretty straightforward?
Y'all know what AutoCAD is? Because I don't know what that is. What is
Okay.
AutoCAD?
Think of it like, basically, you remember Etch-a-Sketch?
Yes.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
a very fancy Etch-a-Sketch on the computer. Is that about fair? Right, they're
That's
literally
fair.
drawing the lines to scale for the building or whatever.
Miss Watkins, thank you very much.
Sure.
What about you, Miss Watkins? Appreciate it.
So, hello, I'm Zantia Watkins, and I work for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and I'm a project engineer, um, where basically, for the Army or any branch of the military, they use our services to design, just to build, execute a whole design. So I'm a part of that. So whenever I get the project, from the beginning, from going you can go to the site to see what actually they need, what the customer needs, all the way to execution and maintenance. That's what I do. It's been a
And
long journey, but I'm here.
you're super high tech because you've given us a doc card Have anybody ever heard of a dot card? You can literally scan this, get her LinkedIn, her Facebook, whatever you needed to get in contact with her. She gave that. She's provided that for us. Hello, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. Miss Page, you here?
Yes, I am here. I'm here.
Hello, hello. Can you?
DC.
Oh, what's up, sis? I love you. Give us
Love
a
you too.
brief rundown of what you do, please.
Absolutely. First of all, Cece, thank you for inviting me here. Thank you for the fabulous intro that you gave each and every one of us. Current,
You.
oh, I'm Lauren Page. I currently work as a mechanical engineer for Raytheon. If you don't know anything about Raytheon, they are a private contractor for the Department of Defense. That just basically means that if the Pentagon says they want it, then Raytheon will say that they can make it.
Yeah.
So currently, I work on beam directors. In a nutshell, they're basically telescopes that you can use on land, on sea, and in the air. They also are integrated with high energy lasers. If you're not sure what that means, basically, it's a weapon system that you can use from a distance, and you cannot see it, you cannot smell it, you cannot hear it. And it is a very critical device when it comes to land and air defense. It's only used for defense currently. So that is the type of technology that I currently work on. I am in the weeds, and I currently not only develop, but I'm actually one of the engineers who builds this technology. And I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I work with a very young team of engineers, but it is amazing. It's cutting edge technology. It's very, very difficult, but very advanced. And Raytheon is one of the few companies that is actually succeeding in this technology. So that is currently, that's a little bit about myself and what I do. And yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yes, and we love that you love that, girly. All right, I'm gonna just start off with a couple of questions just to get us a little warmed up. Just to get us a little warmed up. So in English, we do a lot of storytelling, right? We have narrative essays, literary reviews. So how do you feel, or what role do you feel like storytelling plays in technical communication or project presentation? And anybody can say that.
I guess I'll go first. So, to give you an idea, both these young ladies would be what I would consider my customers, right? So I am selling typically our design software to their firm as an example. And so we have to pitch and sell a story on why to use the products that they use, right? Why choose us over some competitors. And so in I guess a marketing standpoint, we have to tell the story from a, storytelling perspective of all the success, that you might have from like, coming in on time or under budget for the London Olympics, building somebody's stadium, high-speed rail projects that come in, under budget, on time.
Mhm.
So these are the kinds of compelling arguments we have to make. I never thought about it like storytelling,
Yeah.
but that's exactly what it is, right? You're selling yourself in such a way so that Raytheon or Army Corps chooses you, right? And then goes out and do what they do with our product as an example. So I guess that's my quick idea.
Love that. Now, basically, you're utilizing your story to basically sell yourself out for somebody else to pick you up. I really like
The
that.
win,
I really like that. Really focusing on wins. Do you only focus on like what happens good, or do you also like post the bad parts too? Or
We never,
no, you don't put that bad words out there. Why not?
because you'd be out business.
But you have to, if you have like a couple of failures or something, you
gotta
can
learn.
see like how you're like navigating those. No, you still don't want to talk about
Those are
those?
internal.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not to say it was perfect, but yeah, it's kind of how that works.
Miss Watkins, Miss Page, did y'all want to take that question?
Miss Page, did you want to jump in, or I can go and then we can just keep it in line, I guess?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, storytelling. Basically, okay, think of it like this. You are, like he said, you're selling a product. So for me, from the customer, they're giving me a product. And so I'll take the product and be like, okay, this is a bottle of water. Okay, what do you need this water for? I have to kind of ask the questions. What do you need it for? What will you be using it? How will you be using it? And come up with a plan for the customer that will, of course, be within budget, because anybody can come up with anything. But if it's $1 million and you don't have $1 million, you can't do it anyways. Um, so it's just a matter of communicating, okay, and negotiating. Like, okay, maybe if you had this bottle of water, can we make it smaller for you? Or is this size the only size you can use it with? It's just like different things. It's just communicating really, because you have to communicate to get to the end product. And storytelling is I like Mr. Parker said, I really never thought about it that way, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're telling the story to get to the end product.
Yeah, I totally agree. What I will add to that is one thing that should always be thought of is just being completely honest and telling your perspective, and just kind of being open to what the opportunities may present, even if you're not them. But I think that being open, being honest, and being vulnerable, and just meeting another human being on a same level will get you a lot further than you think. I know a lot of times we think that, oh, I need to be very polished and I need to say this, and I need to say that, and I need to say all the right things. But at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that your communication is effective and whoever you're speaking to really understands what you're saying, so they can understand where you're coming from and who you are, and that'll actually open up a lot of doors for you in the long run.
Yes.
Honestly, I love this. I love this convo because it brings me to my next question, number 8 here. How do you balance precision and clarity when explaining complex ideas to non-engineers? Like earlier, I was saying I don't know what AutoCAD is or whatever y'all love to say was saying. So like y'all are talking to people like across the world. So how can y'all like navigate those types of challenges? Like what is that like?
I would say Google. No, I'm
Yeah, it's
just
hard.
joking.
It's definitely hard, but that's why I always try to know my audience, because I know not everybody is very technical, and that's perfectly fine. We don't really live in a technical world, but if we can all kind of meet on the same wavelength and meet on the same medium, and you know what I'm talking about, even though you have no idea what it is, that's really, really important. Just, I mean, talking to anybody in any industry and in any environment, at the end of the day, they want to know what you're talking about, and you want to know what they're talking about. So that's very important.
If
So,
I can
oh, go
jump in
ahead.
on that, I'm sorry, I agree. I guess I'll just use the old man term, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't get out here and get complicated with your writing, right? You have to break it down in a manner so that the CEO of the company, if he or she reads this document, they're only gonna give you about 10 minutes of their time to read it, right?
Right.
It's got to be something that they can grasp, but they don't feel stupid about. You know what I'm saying? Yet at the same time, you will want to break it down enough so that the technical junkies that like to do the actual work can still agree with, right? And to backtrack on one thing, I'm sorry, Miss Lauren said, honesty will get you some places, right? It will. There's no point in trying to sugarcoat what you can and cannot do with, what you're writing. But you only get a few times to not be able to do something. Okay, so let that be known.
Only a few times to
Only a
not be
few
able to
times.
do it?
Yeah, a few times, but never oversay.
So would you say that this field is not very forgiving on mistakes?
Well, you have to look at it from an industry perspective. If I make a mistake with a bridge,
Yeah,
it's a big deal,
yeah.
right? If I'm gonna put my stamp on something that says this is safe, this can be used. I'm the architect that, signs off on this, or the structural engineer that says you know, this high rise is good for you to live in it, and something happens, the
Right.
state can be costly, and
I heard a little bit of chatter in here. Did anybody want to add on to that?
Yeah, safety first. Yes, I would just want to just piggyback off that safety first. And the dumber, I'm not gonna say the dumber down you make it. So to if that may, I know I may not have said that right, but you know, everybody, you have to think about it this way. Everybody has different walks of life. Depending on who you're around, you know, who you hang out with, things like that. And in my field, I've experienced both. Um, so engineering is a um, more technical field versus urban planning is a um, more social area of life. So when you're dealing with people, it's it's really you just have to like Miss Page said, you have to meet them where they are because if we've never had the same experiences, it's really hard to relate. And one thing I have learned is using AI. That's one of the topics that we were supposed to talk about today. It really helps. I know a lot of people probably use ChatGPT a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I use it too. I'll put my thoughts in there and it gives me some options and I pick the best option. But, you know, I always put my own spin to it. I don't never just, you know, copy and paste. But, you know, there are ways to communicate better. Um, and yeah, it's one of those tools.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm jumping ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I love that. Since we on that topic, that's literally question number 12. How does your company or organization view the use of AI in technical communication or documentation? Because here at A&M, they're very particular. If you use ChatGPT, Grammarly, they're like, no, none of that. But when you get into the real world,
let me jump in there since I'm the guy with about 30 years of it.
okay.
It's not as welcomed as you would think it is.
Wow.
And I'll explain though. Now, mind you, it's probably gonna change this weekend. But I'll explain it as best I can. So you have to look at it from their perspective for a second. Now, you've got an Army Corps person here, you've got a Raytheon person here. Ms. Lauren just said she could kill us with a laser beam.
And we wouldn't even be able to
And
hear,
we wouldn't
see,
know
or
it.
smell it coming.
It's gonna happen, right? So, you know, so certain companies are hesitant with AI, especially like right now, because we're putting it in our software. So, are you comfortable with your design software? This thing that says this building is safe or sound or structurally, and structural integrity is there, but it wasn't a person. It was AI who said it. Comfortable with that, right? With that bridge. Are you
Would
cool when you
y'all be
sit here and
comfortable?
Not
think,
really.
yeah,
But when
why?
it comes to
Oh,
communicating that to that's my specifics.
right.
That's what I use it specifically for. Now, when communicating, it's a great tool. But when it comes to
The real work.
knowing the specifics and
Yeah.
doing the work, yes. No,
But it's a computer, like it's supposed to know
Well,
that.
so here's the
Supposed to know
thing.
that type of stuff.
But you could say that's why the argument is interesting, right? Because let's go back to the 80s before y'all were even a thought, right? Sorry, I'm gonna put it out there. It is, right? That's how computing kind of got started. Can you trust it? Because remember, everybody was doing this engineering thing on a table, with a slide rule, and this and that, and the other. My wife knows, sorry if you didn't know, that's my wife over there. But that's how it was done. And so as computers began to evolve, they became more and more on the scene. And that's kind of where we are going to be with AI. That's why I said it's hesitant and slow right now. There's old people like me are blocked. As younger people like you come along, it's just going to be a part of the thing. It's going to be the norm. So to give you an example, the way we're using it right now, we're not so keen on AI doing the design work, right? Saying that's 12 inches, that's 32 feet or whatever. But they are interested in it in terms of search. I'm looking for something. Can you help me find it?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Right. It's the new Google in the software, right? It's super Google, I guess is what we'll call it. And that's just the slow pace of it. But soon, because like I've got customers like anybody that's doing like nuclear, okay, like for example, electrical firms. So like Huntsville Utility, right? Major companies who are part of the infrastructure, right? Keep your lights on. They're not cool with it. Hacking, right? The vulnerability that it possesses. That's why they won't even let GPT in there for their own people. But you have other companies that are more open to it. So it's just gonna be time before long, everybody will be with it. But it's a slow walk. Yeah.
How many of us use ChatGPT in our assignments daily? Daily. You don't use it? Shout out to you. So what are we using it for? What are we using? Can I get some majors, classes y'all are taking? Yeah.
I use it mostly for summarizing. But maybe give me a long text, I will just say what I need from it, and I will just use it. And also like daily emails, I will just tell it like what I need and then make a proper email and I will just send it.
Yeah, like I'm a psychology major, so I use it for organization. I do papers and everything, like so sometimes I already have the idea of how I want to kind of and everything. And so I just continue the idea and use it for like organization and structure.
Like creating a foundation, as well as creating an example is in one of my classes, we were building like databases. So, built to conceptualize some of the things that have taken longer. Basically, reducing the amount of time I would spend on the assignment, but not really like going to the crux of the work.
Okay, so they're using it ethically. I use AI every single day. I have a dependency on ChatGPT. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I use it as my best friend to help me do different types of work. Whatever I can think of to use ChatGPT for, I'm just gonna click it on in there because I love ChatGPT. Very interesting to see like the different ways that people are utilizing that. So, is there a hidden kind of writing in your work that people might not expect? We are on question number 11. Is there a hidden kind of writing in your work that people might not expect? I'll let that like summarize.
Well,
I mean, I can speak a little personally on this. So when I went into my field, I definitely thought that I was done with writing. It's like, okay, I'm an engineer, I'm on the technical side. I won't be doing any kind of writing.
They like you.
Yeah, I'm not planning on doing any kind of writing. I've let that behind. But one thing that did surprise me was we do get the opportunity to write proposals that we will send out to our customers, or we will get the opportunity to write abstracts that we can actually present papers and research in different settings. So that might be conventions, or it might be with internal within the company itself. But I will say that I was surprised with that. So the opportunities are there. I have not taken advantage of those because that's just not that doesn't really interest me currently, but I'm sure at some point I will be very passionate about it and I will decide to pursue that. But um as far as writing goes, those are the opportunities that have presented themselves. And if you do go to your department head or whomever the person may be, and you say, "Hey, I have an idea. I have this abstract. I have this paper. I've done the research. I want to present this," and they will send you to wherever that convention is being held. Normally, that for us, that's either uh, what is that? In Austin, Texas, or a lot of them are in San Diego, and it'll be a fully funded trip by the company. You're not paying anything, you're not using your own money. So those opportunities are there. You just have to want to pursue that. But they're definitely there. They're definitely exciting, and I think there's a lot of growth opportunity there.
Ms. Lauren, was that Africa that you were trying to think of, or?
Oh my gosh, no, I would love to go to Afrotech. I've been wanting to go to Afrotech for like a year now, but I tell myself every year that I have to make it out there, but it's not Afrotech. It's like DEPS, which is a like directed energy something something in San Diego. But yeah, no, not Afrotech, but I do plan on making it out to Afrotech eventually.
So, I guess I'll chime in. So, me being the math guy, numbers project, and then eventually coding. I didn't think I'd be writing squat either, I gotta admit it, but, that's all I do, especially now the older I get, right? So, how do you ask, I wanna say beg, but ask a CEO of yours, hey, I wanna spend $100,000 of the company's money to go find young black engineers to participate in, say, the NESBIT conference or Afrotech or wherever we might go. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of writing there just to, again, storytelling, sell the vision on just going after a higher minority, right? So, yeah, it's in there, I guess. Yeah.
So there's like a lot of sales going on. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. This is a lot of sales going on in y'all's field.
Well, you have to look at it like this: internal, external. It's all politics, I guess you could say.
You have to,
You know,
you have to say yourself.
yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Just to progress, just to move up the ladder. Why should you get said position? You gotta write about it.
You got to write the justification of why. Why do you need this, or why should this be the way it's? Why? You have to write the why, and it has to be clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it can get lost in translation real easy.
So this is probably gonna be like one of my last two questions, then I'll open it up. In your opinion, we're on number 4. In your opinion, what separates a good engineer from a great one when it comes to communication? Because we're on that like selling yourself, making sure that people know you. So like how can you tell like this person's really good versus this person is immaculate when they talk to you?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
In my opinion, I would honestly say if we're looking at the field of engineering specifically, we all know engineers are intelligent. We all know engineers love data. We all know engineers are very ambitious. But in my personal opinion, I would say it comes down to the interpersonal skills. Excuse me. And I always surprise myself with this, but I would just say when it comes to communicating, okay, well, outside of engineering, what kind of person are you? Like my department has a lot of happy hours, so that makes you have to be social. It makes you have to like be intriguing, and it makes you have to kind of step outside of your comfort zone, which I personally don't love, but I mean, the food is paid for, so it's like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? But you have to be communicative, and not just on an engineering level, like like we all mentioned earlier today. Like, okay, yes, we're all technical people, but how do we interact with people who are not technical? How do we all find that common ground? um and I've recently had like an internal job interview, and I was over prepared for it on the technical aspect, because I was like, okay, well, these are the qualifications that they want, these are their desires. Let me make sure that I totally understand those and I have talking points to each and every one of those. But during the actual interview, they were just asking me simple questions that I did not have to prepare for at all. They were asking me questions like, well, how do you handle tasks, and how do you prioritize your day, and um, what are some things that you prefer to see on a day-to-day basis? So it was just very out of scope for a technical aspect, but I understand that they already know that the role is for an engineer, and that they're not I guess they're not looking for someone who's super technical, and that's fine, because not everybody is a very technical person, and I just prepared because I prepared for the worst. But they were just asking me simple questions. They were just like, so where did you grow up? and tell me about your favorite band and just some random questions that I didn't expect. So I definitely think that one of the most important skills that you need as an effective communicator in such a technical based field is just being a normal human. And I know the answer is it sounds so simple, but you will be surprised when you like get with a lot of different technical people and you're like, oh my gosh, these people are great. They're so smart. They're very intelligent. They know everything, but I can't even grab a cup of coffee with them because they're kind of weird in the best way. In the best way, but I
In the
think
worst way.
just in the best way and in the worst way. But for me personally, I would just say being normal. That's probably not a great answer, but just being able to talk to anybody about everything. Because then they get comfortable with you and they're like, oh, she's cool, he's cool. Like, I can hang out with him outside of work. I can hang out with her outside of work because she's just a cool person and we get along and we can talk about anything and we can also get in the weeds of all the technical stuff that we deal with on a daily basis. But in my personal opinion, I would just say being normal. That doesn't sound like a great
Yes.
answer, but in
No,
my
that
opinion,
actually
I'm
No,
like,
that is a
amazing
great
answer.
answer.
Amazing answer.
You'll be surprised how many people
yeah,
like cannot have a common
normal
conversation.
conversation.
Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
for real. You
did
know,
you see the
yeah,
game
yeah,
last
yeah, you
night?
know,
And then yeah, just
yeah,
start an actual conversation and then like, oh yeah, so we working on this
yeah,
proposal. Were you able to get this, that, and the other? And then that could just kind of lead into a
right,
work conversation. A lot of people, if it's
yeah,
patience, I would also say patience. Patience is a big one
yeah,
too, because everybody
yeah,
is different.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, just being
Yeah.
able to have a normal conversation with a colleague about like
Mhm.
basketball or softball or football or like,
Mhm.
oh, did you realize how green the grass is today? It goes
Yeah,
a long
right.
way because you're like, finally, I found someone normal that I can talk
Mhm.
to.
You gave a great answer. Did anybody else want to take on that question?
Sure, I'll jump in. They did a great job. All I can say to it is, I think I had mentioned earlier about politics, right? Everything's politics. Whether you know it, like it, love it, it is what it is. And they just basically said the simple thing, uh, people skills. That's it, right? You have to be able to just shake a person's hand, say hello, 5 quick seconds, and get on, right? And because at the end of the day, to move up, the people above you have to like you, right? And the people who work for you need to like you and at least respect you, right? So it's a real deal.
Yep, absolutely.
Real talk.
Yeah,
And be
yeah, I
too.
totally agree with that.
Ms.
I think
Watkins?
a lot of times we overthink everything. Sorry, CC, but I think a lot of times we overthink everything because we're human and we want to be perfect and we want to impress people and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, like he was saying, I mean, it's your interpersonal skills. Like, can you have a conversation with someone? Can you get them to like you? Can you know just stuff like that. I think it's the small things, in my opinion. Like, we all know you're smart. We've all seen your resume. We know you're intelligent. But can I be in a room with you by myself for 10 minutes and not be weirded out?
Or can I put you in front of a customer and you're not embarrassed?
Hmm.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, these are
I
real,
concur.
real skills, life skills. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Life skill.
I have a question, what's English class or writing class or public speaking class you believe maybe kind of helped, helped you? And maybe you didn't know it then, but now that you're out in the professional world, you kind of, man, I should have paid attention, or I'm glad I did, or this is what I learned in that class that, is beneficial for me.
Did y'all hear that?
Oh
So,
yes.
I-
Okay, go ahead.
I was just making sure y'all heard the question. You got it?
Yeah, I
What,
got it. I was gonna
like,
say, oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, go ahead, Jay, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I spent a lot of time in the writing center when I was at A&M, And it was, I mean, a lot of the skills that I learned from there, I still use today. Um, after school, you can always reach back out. Um, I would say make those connections with you know, the teachers. I mean, if they're still there, hey, reach back out. Reach out to your you know, people that you was in class with. Um, yeah, it's always there's always a way. You just have to find it. But yes, and you can reach out to any of us. I'm sure Miss Lauren or Mr. Parker would, you know, be willing to take questions.
So in regards to like a specific English class though, did you have one that was like, oh, I can remember all of these skills from my 101 writing narratives and
Oh,
expositories and all
Me,
that?
me personally, so I wasn't as blessed as you young people to have rights, whatever we call it, the writing center, I think it was the first name.
Mm.
But I don't know if it was a class for me as much, and I know we're gonna about to get some pushback on this answer, so we'll see how this goes. But reading, literary is the thing I think that we could all do more. Honestly, look, I get it, I get it. You don't want to sit here and just, you know, bore yourself with reading. But it's kind of critical because the more well-rounded you are with little things, helps you find something with somebody else. All you need is a quick little connection. Doesn't have to be much. I mean, okay, I'm a sports guy. I like sports, but it's good for me to know as many European teams and African soccer teams just as much as it is for me to know American football teams, right? So when I'm over somewhere else, I can say, oh, how is such and such connection, right? And then I got you, right? So well-rounded and reading is my answer to that. It's best I can.
Okay.
I had another point, but it slipped my mind.
That's perfectly.
My old age.
Yeah,
Oh,
all good. I can tap in
oh,
for you if you want to think on that.
okay.
Um, okay. One thing about me is I'm very, very honest, and Cece knows that I'm very honest, even if it means that I'm going to embarrass myself. But I, I'm not going to say that the classes that I took in college did not help me at all because to a degree they did. However, I do not currently use a lot of skills that I learned from my specific writing classes. And I just did like composition 101, composition 102. And that was just like reading books and writing essays on them. But um, I don't necessarily utilize those specific skills for my current occupation. I'm not going to say that they're not important because they are. Like, I think if anything, when it comes to writing emails, I have to really think about it and I will embarrass myself and say I do use AI because I know it's a better writer than I am. But as it was said earlier, I don't use 100% of what AI said. I'll make it my own. Um, thing, but I will use the assistance of AI to make my writing better. And I'm currently in grad school, so I will also use AI to help me out with that. But
Where you in grad school
um,
at?
I'm in grad school at Duke University within the
Ah,
Pratt School of Engineering.
yep.
So
Nice.
Smart
I am
girl.
a year and a half in, and I'm expecting to graduate next May. Thank God, because I'm tired of the extra work outside of work.
Ready for that.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But I do use it to enhance my writing. I do use it to check my grammar. I do use it to use better wording.
Mhm.
But
And
um
clarity. I use it for
yes.
clarity.
Yeah, and
Because
clarity for sure, definitely because I mean, I'm an engineer. I'm a nerd. I'm not good at tech like writing. That's not my strong suit. That's not what I do for a living. And if there are tools that are out there that will help me with that and enhance that, then best believe I will be using them 24/7 as much as possible. And
Can I say,
Raytheon even has its own, they call it Zeta AI, XETA. They have their own AI bot that they use. I honestly don't even know how to access it because I just use ChatGPT, but Raytheon does have their own AI, but as far as how they incorporate it into their like system, or sorry, not system engineering, but like software and firmware, I can't really speak to that because I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm not that smart when it comes to the whole software stuff. But they do have a outlet for AI that we can use, but I think it only has so much potential for right
Right.
now, at least.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
limited
you.
piece they trust.
Yeah, it's limited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're-
it's very limited. We have the
Well,
same
okay.
at the core as well.
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I have a question for them, for the group
Oh.
here, for the group. So Ms. Parker over there, Ms. Walker Parker had basically threw this question out of, was there an English class or something that helped you, in your skills today? So my question for you guys, because it just hit me. I couldn't put like an English class into it. I think it's really more so an internal skill. All right. So that being well-rounded, being that kind of person who can get what they want, kind of thing, and progress. I have a question for you all, because this is something I did learn here at Alabama A&M University. I'm betting you guys have that same thing. But the question is, what do you call it? So I call it hustle. Okay. So for example, what are you guys doing when your classes aren't registered correctly, or your books and fees or whatever are not together? You gotta get to run around and go from office to office to office, right? I can't believe that's not still happening. I'm sure they got better computer systems than when I was, but still, you get a little bit of that good old fashioned runaround, to get what you want done. That's a skill, a drive that you can take and put it in anybody's. Does that make sense? You gotta want, you gotta have that internal kick butt attitude to get what you want. I'm not gonna let them drop my class. Oh, no.
So what's the question?
That's,
I'm asking
yeah.
them, do you have hustle? Do you have
You got
drive?
that bulldog pride.
Okay. But I'm just curious, because it is that, or at least the way I internalize it, that hustler mentality to achieve whatever it is I'm trying to get done.
So do y'all
I-
have a?
This young man here.
All right, Mitchell, I'm a sophomore computer science major. So for me, during my first semester, I did go through the run around, get your classic done. But I think one thing I did was I tried to keep in touch with the people who helped me at the time.
There you go.
So now it's much easier because I could just send an email, or some of them I have your phone numbers, I could send a text. And I don't really have to run around as much.
Right.
Because I know exactly who to go to for what and what, because we've been over this before. So I wouldn't say it's as much hustle as it was at that time, but I think it's just more being smart about it and knowing who to talk to and keeping those connections with people who helped you before.
So to build on that young man's topic, hate to say it, but in life, I'm always what you know. It's who, right?
That's
Getting us back to that concept of being able to make a connection. Because I promise you, if those, gonna assume ladies, right, didn't want to see him do well, he'd have a harder time with those issues, right? So, what's the thought?
And I want to also add on real quick. When I was in school, I did take a creative writing class that we had amazing discussions in there. I think discussion questions and having discussions in class was like the best way that I learned. Um, and also from that drive, you have to get involved with whatever organization that will help you. So when I was in school, I did Toastmasters. I was, attending, um, all as many of the little sessions like this, as I could, just trying to glean as much information as I could get in my area, even in other areas. Potential, because anything can help you in your walk of life. It may not help you at that moment, but it may help you later in life. But you never know until you participate or get involved. And that was it. If you have any questions, let me know. I can talk. I know we are on a limited schedule right now, but
Yes, I was about to open it up and see if anybody else had any questions. Let's speak up if you like.
Okay, hello, my name is Olaiwola Ajibode, and call me Ola. And I'm a computer science major, junior computer science major. Could we scroll back to number 4 real quick?
Question number 4. I show again.
The good engineer versus great.
So, I wanted to get your opinion on a quote I had from a mentor one time. He said, old Tom likes a young ear. And the reason why I'm asking that question is over the summer, I had a chance to talk to a corporate vice president during my internship. And I was first fussing about it, like, "Gee, what am I going to say here?" And I did some research on some of the main problems with the organization. I wanted to pitch a solution. But at the same time, I knew that if I was to maintain that level of discussion with him, there would be a point where it would show that I have some shallow understanding on those. Yeah. So what I decided to do instead was get his expert opinion on some things we can do to tackle those problems and things like that. So in that time, it came to my mind again because after I asked that question, he spoke for like 15 minutes straight and thereabout, and he was so enthusiastic about it. So I wanted to get your opinion on that, like from people coming to speak to you, that are younger and that are lower than you in positions and things like that. Would you prefer them trying to impress you or trying to listen to you?
That's easy. I just want you to be yourself, right? You don't have to impress me, or that, CEO that you were talking to. He probably was very appreciative that you asked the question that way, because you're right, you don't want to sit there and show yourself unworthy, right? Because look, he wants to hire you, and you can't even, speak to him on or about the whole thing. You're young, right? You just get it. He's got 30, 40 years on in that field. So sure. No, I give you a perfect example. When I'm always looking out, because I do recruitment, computer science people, okay? I do recruitment for our company. We're always looking for young civil engineers and computer scientists. But the first thing I tell you guys, for example, is, one, go to those internships, go to those fairs, right? Go to the NSBE conference. You've got 3 years to shoot your bullets and get an internship. There's nothing more frustrating than to be the senior who has nothing to show, right? And you're not just competing against kids here at A&M, you're competing with kids against kids all over the globe, right? I'm going to India, I'm going to Asia, I'm going all over the world looking for young people for these programming positions, right? Lithuania. So now getting back to your main issue, your main point, yeah, people would rather guide a young mind if you want to be guided, right? So yeah, there's nothing wrong with quote unquote being humble, right? And just asking questions. And then you did the right thing. You did this, right? You just let him talk. That way, it's not a fight, right? And you're not trying to show who you are. You just want to absorb, be a student, right? Take that information, run with it, right? Because you can learn from people like him. I got something to teach you, glad to share it. And it makes you, what's the word I'm looking for? I might remember you, you know what I'm saying? As we make that thing, that connection. You made a connection right there. And that connection might help you for the rest of your day. If you play it right.
Great question. Any other questions from y'all?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is an unrelated question. I think when Lauren was speaking, she said something about being able to hang out with those people outside. So I wanted to find out, because there is a school of thought of, okay, separate work from life.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, or separate people that you work with, people that you hang out with, like outside of work and stuff like that. But what's your thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts of separating your relationships with people that you work with versus like ones that are just normal? Anybody could take that, anybody.
Okay, so you have to always remember you're there to work, right? You know, you're not there to make friends, but you have to understand, um, I it's a real thin line on like being vulnerable and um yeah, it's a thin line. You just have to, well, the way I gauge it is if I tell this person something, you know, vulnerable about me, if it was to be spread around, is it something that I could live with? That's something that I kind of when I'm talking to people and trying to distinguish those friendships and coworkers and things like that. Because remember, we are all human and we are working together, and you know, you have your spectrum of, you know, trustworthiness versus not. um, it's just you have to kind of get to know that person and know their character.
That,
That's my take on it.
that's a good point. So I'm gonna take it there. So give me just a minute. 'Cause I got way more years.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie.
All right, well, I'm gonna need 3 or 4, but I'm gonna take it to a different level, all right? Because so I'm old. So this is interesting because you asked this question. So as a black man talking to a young black man, I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
give
be
you
the last
the black
question of the
man
day.
perspective. Okay. There's a line there that you will not go cross. Okay. You want to take your time. You can get up to it. You don't want to go too far, right? Because there will be things that you just cannot do, should not do, right? When we are out and we are having a good time, I'm drinking way less than everybody else, if at all, right? Because you don't want to be sloppy. Everybody else having a good time, you don't want to be sloppy, okay? Can you have friends outside of work? I mean, it's, you know, from the office, sure, but she made a great point, right? You want to protect the relationship, not get too comfortable with the relationship, because guess what? This person that you have told everything all about yourself could be your boss in the future. That can happen. So there's levels to this, you know, I'll say it again. There's politics in everything, right? So carry yourself well, no matter what you, make sense?
Yes, sir.
And that goes for anybody. It's not just black guys, it's in everybody. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be remembered for the one dancing on the table. You know, or the one that got so sloppy, he forgot to show up for his presentation. That's not you. This is real stuff. This happens.
Thank you all so much, very, very much for giving us such great insight. Just real quick, before I let y'all go, can we just give, what was my last question? Question number 13, any pieces of advice you would like to give our students today before I let y'all go? Any piece of advice? One sentence worth of piece of advice, because it's 1:44 and I like to be respectful of everybody's time, so it's a little something. When we go.
Well, I don't know how many of you are in the technical field, but you know, if you are out there, or regardless, go to the career fairs here at this university, go interview, you know, find the people who might be there in your major, whether it be education, you know, science, computer science, engineering. I think you heard it here from the panel. It's about not just selling your vision, you're selling yourself. This is your opportunity to make a change for your family, right? So go make that change. Go be successful.
I would say connect, you know, stay connected with you know, people that are in the field and, reach out to some people, be like, hey, I'm in this field. I've done it a few times. Like, hey, I'm in this field. What advice would you give me in this area or in that area? Just reach out, just try it out. You never know what type of information you might get or what type of connection you might make. Also, so you want to stay connected with people. And man, I had something else, but I'm gonna hand it over to Lauren, let her finish it off.
One piece of
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah,
One.
definitely. Just to piggyback off of both of them, I would say number one, find a mentor. Number two, be yourself. That's one thing that I struggled with was being myself, and I kind of fell into this hole of okay, I gotta impress this person and I gotta impress that person. But I always found myself wanting to impress somebody. But be yourself, find a mentor, and don't overthink anything. You guys are beautiful, educated, young Black people. So you are more than capable of doing anything that you want to do. So just believe in that and believe in yourself and you'll go far.
Believe in that, believe in yourself, and you will go far. Great words to end off on.
Perfect.
Thank y'all for being such a great audience. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. If y'all are available, if they want to come up outside of that, I'm just gonna release y'all. Awesome.
Thank you guys for coming out. I enjoyed being your panelist.
There was a captive audience. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Cece. Guys, I'm literally like on
Yeah.
Thank you,
vacation right now. So
You girls are Turks and Caicos. I
me
love
and
it.
Cece are
Oh,
sisters. I would do anything for her.
nice.
So yeah,
I
I'm on
love
vacation right now.
you.
That's
I love you
awesome.
so
I love
much.
you.
Alrighty, yeah.
For you
All
all,
right.
Everything.
right place, some of you. This is, my husband, Mr. R.B. Parker.
Oh,
Very,
it's Mr. Parker. Okay.
I won't say that again. Very, 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 very smart. Funny too. But anyway, talk to him, so he's obviously, for, engineers and computer science majors. And he's been where you all are. I mean, he was, around here, in this very room,
Mhm.
right place, but in this very room. So,
Mhm.
talking to people from CEOs to, companies, his company, managers, the relationship, with someone, adds personal relationships, lifelong, friendships, with people and, just, all around good person. So, make sure you talk to people.
We also have snacks up here if y'all want it in me opening that up, y'all.
What you supposed to sign on?
What does Miss McCullough normally have y'all do?
Sorry? Like, sign up for, I need to, but like, we good. One person on it.
Do anybody have any questions for my panelists? Because I don't want to just stay here. No. All right, y'all. Thank y'all
Okay.
so much. I appreciate
You're so welcome.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a
Glad I could help, be of some assistance.
Love you, Cece. Thank you for inviting me.
be safe.
Yes, and nice to meet you, Lauren.
I'm gonna end it
We-
now. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Yes.